Greek mythology is a fascinating cultural treasure. Greek mythology is a fascinating cultural treasure. The mystical and colorful world is not only the realm of gods and heroic deeds, but also includes mythical creatures that astound the imagination of ancient Greeks. Creatures such as the Hydra, a monster with the form of a giant serpent with multiple heads. Cerberus, Hades' three-headed guard dog with a snake tail at the gates of the underworld. And the Minotaur, a half-human, half-bull monster. However, to truly showcase the rich imagination of ancient Greeks, one must mention the Chimera, the legendary creature that was rumored to be invincible. Not only does this monster frighten people with its terrifying appearance, but it also possesses the highest power in the world of mythology. The form of the Chimera is described as extremely hideous. The form of the Chimera is described as extremely hideous. It is difficult to imagine a creature that combines carnivorous animals, herbivorous animals, and reptiles in one body. But that is precisely what the Chimera is. Its body is like that of a female lion, with a large chest and distinctive ears. But the Chimera also has a fierce lion's mane. Its second head is that of a male goat with horns and a beard, which grows out. The tail of this monster is shaped like a writhing poisonous snake. Some versions of the Chimera also have a dragon head and wings, which allow it to fly around like a mobile disaster. However, most images of Chimera only have three heads: the head of a lion, the head of a goat, and the head of a snake on the tail. Each of the three creatures mentioned earlier is not particularly frightening. But when combined in the same form, the Chimera is truly terrifying to behold. Like many other hybrid creatures in mythology, the wild and evil Chimera also inherits the characteristics of the three animals within it. It has the superior strength of a lion, the intelligence of a goat, and the cunning and venomous nature of a snake. Every breath from its goat head emits flames. The Chimera is also willing to eat any living creature that comes near to satisfy its hunger. In folklore, the appearance of the Chimera is always a bad omen because it often appears before natural disasters or shipwrecks. The ancient Greeks believed that the Chimera was one of the children of Typhon and Echidna. Typhon was a giant god and monster with a deformed body, the last child of the mother goddess Gaia. Typhon had a human form, but he also had hundreds of snakes that wrapped around each other to help him move. And his fingers were dragon heads. He also had very large wings that could cover the entire sky when spread out. It was said that when Typhon stood up straight, he could touch the stars with his hands. As for the mother of the Chimera, Echidna was also a monstrous figure. There is still much debate about the origin of Echidna, with some saying she was the child of the sea deity Ceto, and others saying she was also a child of Gaia and Tartarus. But one thing is certain: Echidna was the wife of Typhon. And this marriage produced the most terrifying monsters in Greek mythology. Echidna is known as the mother of all monsters because the offspring of Echidna and Typhon are all terrifying monsters, both in terms of their cruelty and their bizarre appearance. Echidna herself has the form of a half-woman, half-snake creature. Some of the most famous offspring of Echidna and Typhon include Cerberus, the three-headed guard dog who watches over the gates of the underworld; the Hydra, the snake with multiple heads, that would grow new heads for everyone that was cut up; and the Gorgon sisters, with the most famous being Medusa. The most famous story about the Chimera is the battle between it and the young hero Bellerophon. Bellerophon was the son of the god Poseidon and a beautiful mortal woman. When he was young, Bellerophon committed a terrible crime and was sent to King Proetus to be punished. However, King Proetus recognized Bellerophon's talent and forgave him. They had a great friendship until the king's wife, Stenobe, fell in love with Bellerophon and wanted him to be her lover. When Bellerophon refused her advances, she falsely accused him of trying to rape her. King Proetus wanted to kill him but didn't want to satisfy his anger by killing a guest and risking the wrath of the gods. So he sent Bellerophon to Lycia to his father-in-law, King Iobates, along with a sealed letter containing a message for the king. The letter said that Bellerophon wanted to harm his wife and asked his father-in-law to come up with an appropriate punishment. However, before opening the letter, King Iobates held a banquet for Bellerophon for 9 days, thinking he was his son-in-law's friend. But when he learned the contents of the letter from his son-in-law Proetus, he changed his attitude but was also afraid of offending the gods. So the king sent Bellerophon on a mission that he thought would be impossible to survive. That mission was to kill the Chimera, a terrifying monster that had been wreaking, destroying many villages and killing innocent people and livestock. Before Bellerophon found and killed the Chimera, he was advised by a prophet in Lycia to find and tame the winged horse Pegasus. This horse would help Bellerophon win the battle against the Chimera. Bellerophon rode on the back of Pegasus and continuously attacked the Chimera with arrows and a spear. But all was in vain against the Chimera, the three-headed monster with the ability to burn anything near it with its fiery breath. The heat from the flames made Bellerophon feel like his body was being burned. Then Bellerophon came up with a solution, attaching a block of lead to the end of his spear, flying over the monster and dropping the lead block into its mouth. The heat from the Chimera's breath melted the lead, blocking its throat and causing it to suffocate and die. The Chimera seemed invincible, but in the end, it was defeated by the intelligence of man. This story shows that the strength and cleverness of humans can help overcome seemingly impossible obstacles. In video games, movies, and literature, the Chimera is a famous monster. For example, in the Harry Potter series, it serves as the guard of the entrance to the headmaster's office at Hogwarts, and only allows those who know the password to pass. It has also appeared in the movie, Clash of the Titans. This monster is so famous that its name is used in the scientific community. Chimera or chimerism is a very rare genetic disorder, in which a person carries two or more genetically distinct cell lines derived from different zygotes. Most people diagnosed with the disease only find out after a blood test. It is estimated that there are only 100 cases of this condition in the world. The most famous being Taylor Moll, a singer and model living in California. She is known as a rare case of chimerism, where everything on the left side of her body is larger than the right. And she even has two immune systems and two blood types. Most notably, Moll's body is split straight down the middle with completely different skin colors on each side. The Chimera has surpassed the boundaries of mythical stories to become a part of popular culture in Greece and the West in general. What is your impression of this terrifying monster? Leave a comment so everyone can know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support me. Goodbye and see you again.